Inside Randallstown High School, Baltimore County. Brad Norton taught English, and one morning, 4 years ago this week, a 10th grade student said Norton sexually assaulted him inside the classroom. According to the police report, the 15-year-old said Norton touched him on the chest, beneath his shirt, then touched his penis. Arrested, booked, charged, Norton pleaded guilty to assault and a fourth-degree sex offense in court. The victim's father, whom we're not identifying, said the case had an enormous impact on their family.
Unfortunately, I think people naively assume that educators are there to protect our kids, and far too often we see they're not.
Jennifer Alvaro is a Maryland community activist who counsels sex offenders and has pushed for tougher background checks on educators.
Abuse is relentlessly democratic. It happens in all socioeconomic classes, all races, all religions, all neighborhoods, all education levels.
Thing is, this was no common case, and Brad Norton was no common teacher. He had a secret down the road in Virginia. A secret now being made public by the I-Team. In 2004, he was teaching English here, Hayfield Secondary, Fairfax County Public Schools, but only briefly, because in 2004, he was arrested. And we found the details are strikingly similar. According to school district records, Norton was accused of rubbing his hands over a student's penis and touching the boy's buttocks while in his classroom. Arrested, booked, charged, Fairfax County Schools allowed Norton to resign. He pleaded guilty to assault, avoided jail time, but was ordered not to work again in a job in which he'd interact with children. In this document, obtained by the News 4 I-Team, Fairfax County Public Schools formally notified Norton it would recommend the state education department revoke his teaching license. Doing so would help red flag Norton nationwide in a database called NASDAQ. His license revoked, he'd be unable to work at public schools, not just in Virginia, but other states too. Yet Norton managed to get that teaching job years later in Baltimore County. How? David Foster is former president of the Virginia State Board of Education, which votes to revoke licenses.
Something went wrong for this to happen because the whole system is designed to prevent this happening.
The I-Team found answers inside internal school district memos and emails, which show Fairfax County Public Schools failed to follow through. Failed to send the necessary paperwork to suspend Norton's license to the State Department of Education in Richmond, the agency charged with formally revoking the licenses. The State Department of Education even sent this reminder letter and a handwritten note in March 2005, which said no action, no license revocation can occur until Fairfax sends over the necessary paperwork. The state has to get notification from the school district.
Correct.
The state says it received no written response. So Norton's license remained intact, and he was not red flagged, not immediately disqualified before he applied for the job in Baltimore County. After Norton's arrest in Baltimore County in 2012, that school district called Fairfax with questions about their former teacher. Shortly after, a Fairfax County schools administrator wrote this email obtained by the I-Team to the Virginia Department of Education asking, "Can you advise if you have any record of a license cancellation for Bradley Jefferson Norton? It is not listed on the agency website." A state administrator wrote back, "No, it was not received, and it would need to be submitted to us by the school division," meaning by Fairfax County Schools.
I'll entertain a motion to revoke the license of Bradley Jefferson Norton. Is there such a motion?
So moved.
Not until 2013, 9 years after his arrest there, did Fairfax Schools finally submit the necessary paperwork to the state board to revoke Brad Norton's teaching license. Fairfax County Public Schools declined to answer questions about why Brad Norton slipped through the cracks, instead sending us a statement that, for legal reasons, it can't comment on specific personnel matters and that it's since changed the process it uses for teacher license revocations and now files all of the necessary paperwork to revoke a license in an expedited manner. For weeks, we tried to talk to Brad Norton, but no one answered the door inside his Washington, D.C. home. By phone, he declined to comment. Jennifer Alvaro says she worries his case won't be the last of its kind.
Local communities, you're arguing, sometimes drop the ball.
Frequently drop the ball.
Just don't do what they're supposed to do.
Correct.